What's up, everybody? This review, we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends Ka Zar. So this is the part of the Zabu wave, and I wasn't going to review him until I had all the parts so I could build the Zabu, but I'm still missing two of those parts, and they come with figures that I just don't want. So I'm just keep hoping for a sale on them. That way I can get those parts at a decent price. But yeah, here is Ka Zar. I do like Ka Zar. I think it's pretty cool. Living in the Savage Land are pretty much our jungle man. So you got this packaging window. You can see the parts, different hands, knife, staff, part for Zabu. You got the side with some artwork, the back with a little bit of the bio. Uh, fighting it in the Savage Land, dinosaurs, all kinds of stuff. Just surviving, being a beast out there. And of course, you got the other figures in the wave. I don't want that Red Widow, and I don't care for that Black Winter either. And those are the two that I need those parts for. So I will find them. I will get them eventually. But I figured it was time to go ahead and get this guy open because that Legends 3-pack is out, and I'm going to use this guy for some kind of comparison or something. So we'll get Zabu along the way and then break him out again because he just doesn't seem like he would be right without it. So let's get him open and check him out. All right, so here is Ka Zar outside of the packaging, and he looks pretty good. Um, yeah, first impression is I'm really liking this figure. It's going to be a super simple design and simple everything, but you can really jack up simple very easy. So slide him to the side. Zabu build a filler piece, one of the legs. We've got for accessories, trigger finger hands. Never know when he's got to pull out a little pew pew, start blasting down there. Probably get some different posing with that. You can be creative, that sort of thing. Different weapons. He's got his fists that look good, and he does have a really nice skin tone to himself. Also, he's got this blade here, really nice. It's done in this, molded in this weird gray. I wish it was a silver, but down there could look rusted or something like that. Not that that's what they gave us. This is just a plain gray. It is flex, super bendy, gold on the handle, but they could have did something there on the blade to make it look a little better. Same thing with this spear. You've got the little stone edges. We got this rope that's just plain. It needed a wash, like a brown wash, to really make it look like a rope. And then you've got the spear itself, the wood part of it. No paint there either. Does have some groove sculpting in there. So a little dry brushing throughout would have been pretty nice. And that's it for his accessories. And this one feels like it's going to be pretty short and simple because you've got him, and he looks really good. Nice face sculpt. Kind of wish we'd got a second one for maybe an angry face. Nice hair sculpt. You got some dry brushing in there to bring out the sculpt. Blue eyes. Nice skin tone or different tone for the lips. You got the body. Nice skin tone all throughout. Looks really good. They did a good job with that. Could have easily messed that up. You got the cloth there. Looks like a little bit of a wash going through in there. Just a little bit. Same thing with the boots. The boots got texturing down here, but there's no dry brushing on the bottom part to bring out anything. But it does look pretty nice. Basic, but nice. For articulation, the head is on a ball, but it also has the hinge, which is perfect. So you'll look down all the way down, which is awesome. That is great. can look up, but the hair gets in the way. Wish it could give just a little bit so it could look a little bit higher, but that looks pretty nice all the way around. Not very much tilt in there. Butterfly joints, you can see that. T pose, out of T, pretty nice. Upper bicep cut, double jointed pinless elbows, hinge and pivot in the wrist. And one thing I do hate is what they did was, I don't know what body they ended up or what mold they ended up using. You've got this cut here, but it's like glued. This forearm piece does not, mid forearm piece does not rotate. It's permanent. So I hate when they do that because then you see the lines in there. I hate that. For this, he came with these grabbing hands, and I love it. Looks like he's going to wrestle a bear or something like that. You got ab crunch. Crunches far pretty good. You get the weird, slightly weird in the back. You get the gap that goes back farther. And then from here, you'll see that. Doesn't look terrible standing there. And if you pose him like this, you're not really looking at him from the back, so you don't get to see the weirdness. So that's okay. I don't mind that. Waist cut. Leg goes forward about this far. The little cloth starts to push his leg out a little bit. Down, little slight past neutral. Upper bicep or upper thigh cut. Sorry. Double jointed pinless knees. Upper boot cut. Hinge and pivot for the foot and ankle. And with that articulation, you can get some pretty cool poses. And he's been doing this a while, so you know he's calm under these situations, like hunting something, a dinosaur or something. He's going to be very chill, ready to like wrestle, that sort of thing. Maybe he's jumping on a gator or something, you know. He's been doing this a while. He ain't afraid. So really cool. I do like these hand sculpts on it, but he did come with a knife. Kind of wish there was a spot to put something like a keep the knife in his boot. That would have been pretty cool. You get the trigger finger hands, but makes it look like he is getting ready to spear a fish, maybe. Like, that's pretty cool. Pretty nice. You get the other trigger finger hand to make him grasp it just a little bit better, a little tighter. Maybe he's getting ready to launch it. Then you got the knife. That's what that was. Okay, so I was asking about something for the knife in the boot, but they gave it for the back there. And I kept looking at it like, oh, they got this weird little thing there, but it didn't even cross my mind for some reason. Just zoning. Yeah, that's perfect. And that's just some, some quick posing with them. So for a quick size comparison, here is Ka Zar next to the Savage Land Professor X and the X-Men 97 Wolverine. Of course, it is Savage Land Professor X, so this is like what he wore when he was there. Uh, I always associate it with the cartoon 90s, the 90s animated series. You know, him, Magneto captured, some of the X-Men go down there to get him. Of course, Wolverine does like to spend time in the Savage Land, so I thought he'd be cool to show there. Show in comparison. And this 97 one is a nice size compared to him. Professor X looks jacked compared to Ka Zar. So yeah, different sculpts or different styles, but Ka Zar is a little bit taller. Just pretty cool. So that's gonna be it for this review. Um, Overall, again, simple design, pretty simple character, but very easy to mess up. I don't think they did that at all, though. I think they did a pretty good job with this figure. Sure, it could have used a little bit more dry brushing on certain things. That spear could have been brought to life a little bit more. Maybe an extra head sculpt would have been nice because you know he is facing against creatures like this. Like, look at that T Rex, and just having this head sculpt, yeah, that's pretty cool because he looks calm, collected, you know. But like one that looks like hey, I'm really in battle. Like that would have been pretty cool. Um, but the articulation is nice. The skin tone looks great. I really like that a lot. It's not like super overly shiny or anything like that. Face sculpt looks good. Dry brushing in the hair. I do hate that these forearms have that little line to cut going in there. Big, miss there. But yeah, overall, like a really cool figure. I do wish he would have came as a set with Zabu. I feel like they just go together, and reviewing him just kind of seems kind of, I don't know, lonely without his best buddy. Um, so yeah, I can't wait to get him completed so I can get them together because one way out the other just seems a little bit of a miss. But that's the whole point of making him the build a figure, though. I guess is to make you have to buy all those figures, including the ones you don't want anyways, which is going to be my problem. But as a figure himself, I think they did a good job. I like this figure myself. And just looking at these two together, you know, him and that T Rex, um, that's a pretty cool shot. So, yeah, I don't know if this is like up for everybody. I don't know if anybody cares about Ka Zar like that. Um, but maybe this is your first time really seeing it or thinking about it. So, yeah, it's been out for a little while. Hopefully, it's not too hard to grab a hold of if you want it. I hope I showed you enough to see to help you out in deciding whether you want it or not, whether it's a pass. Maybe you feel the same way without Zabu, that he's not worth it. Um, just hope that I showed you enough to help you out again. So that's going to be it for this review, and I will catch y'all in the next one later.